Hello everybody and welcome back to the daily practice with me, Benita. Today's practice is a short, brief yoga session for the full body, infusing some Pilates movements for core strength. You don't need anything except your mat, so when you're ready, let's begin. So let's start today's practice sitting upright with the soles of the feet touching. Opening your feet like a book. Try to raise the crown of your head as much as possible, rolling your shoulders back and starting to flutter your legs like the wings of a butterfly. So really focusing on opening the chest, lifting the crown, softening the gaze, softening the jaw, neck, and shoulders. Using your hands to open your feet, lifting the crown of your head with each inhale, balancing the inhale with the exhale. Good. Now stopping the movement with the legs, inhaling to lengthen the spine one more time and exhaling, folding forward, hinging at the hips, leading with the heart, going as far as comfortable for you today. Keeping the back nice and long, even touching your chin to the floor if that's available. Breathing, and then with your inhale coming back up, extending the legs forward and finding a nice straight back here, pushing the floor away, tucking the chin in, and as you inhale, bringing the left outside edge of the left foot into the right groin or the right thigh, inhaling to lift the left knee up and exhale to push it back down a couple times. Inhaling, lifting, exhaling, pushing it back down. Keeping the right foot active, pointing the toes up towards the sky, pushing the heel away from you. Good. One more time. And then extending the left leg, aligning your spine again, pushing the heels forward, pushing the backs of the knees down to the floor. And let's do the other side. So outside of the right foot to the left groin or left thigh, inhaling, lifting the knee, exhaling to push it down, using your hand to help the movement. Keeping the left toes pointed up, pushing forward at the heel and breathing. Try to make the inhale equal in duration and intensity to the exhale. Inhaling up, exhaling down. A few more times. Good. And then extending both legs forward. Bending at the knees, placing your feet flat on the floor, knees bent, and exhale slowly, slowly, slowly. Articulate your back down to the floor. Resting your head on the floor, extending both legs forward. And let's go into a little bit of those Pilates movements just to engage the core and find a little bit of strength in the core. So I'm going to bend my right knee, lifting the upper body, the shoulders and the neck off the floor, and using my exhalation as I pull the right knee in towards the chest and armpits. So doing that Pilates double exhale through the mouth. Shh, shh. Switching and shh, shh, other side. So inhaling as you switch. Shh, shh. Shh, shh. Exhaling as you pull the knee in. Shh, shh. Couple more times on each side. Shh, shh. Shh, shh. Shh, shh. Using that exhale to bring the knee closer to the armpit. Shh, shh. Shh, shh. Now switching over to extend the legs. So I'm grabbing hold of my right calf. Shh, shh. And switching. Shh, shh. Shh, shh. Shh, shh. Shh, shh. So really engaging the core here, bringing the ribs down to the hips. Shh, shh. Shh, shh. Shh, shh. Good. And then hugging both knees, maybe doing small circles in each direction, massaging the lower back. And let's still do another small abdominal exercise, pulling the knees in, and let's do a double leg stretch forward. So as I inhale, I'm going to extend my legs and extend my arms, keep the lower back down, and exhale, bring the knees in. So inhale, extend everything, 45-degree angle, and then exhale, pull it back in. 3 more times. Really thinking about that rib to hip connection. Good. And then just relaxing down, placing the feet down onto the floor, spreading your toes, feet about hip width distance apart, and then I'm gonna use my breath and do a couple of hip lifts from here. So let's do it in the Pilates fashion where we exhale on the inhale. Exhale on the lift. So I'm gonna inhale, and then as I exhale, I'm gonna push my knees forward, lift my hips up, pushing my ribs down to my hips, and then inhale, slowly articulating the back down. Let's do 4 more. So inhale down, and then exhale, push the knees forward as you lift your hips up, squeeze the glutes, really pressing the feet and heels down to the floor. Inhale, slowly lower. Exhaling up. Making sure you're pressing the knees in towards the middle. Inhale down. 2 more. You can use the Pilates breath here. Exhale through the mouth. Inhale through the nose. 1 more. Good. And then just take a moment. Allow your knees to rest against each other. And notice how your body feels after those movements. Good. Now extend your left leg forward, right leg up, using your index finger and middle finger to grab a hold of the big toe between the big toe and second toe, using the left hand to press the left thigh and hip down. Inhale, and then as you exhale, bring your chin towards the knee. Bend your knee here as much as you need to, but the intention is to push the heel up and breathe. So using your core, using your abdominal muscles to support your upper body, lifting up. Keep your face, jaw, neck relaxed. Good. And then inhale, upper body down, and exhale, allow your left leg to, the right leg to lower to the right side, looking towards the left, using the left hand to press the left hip and thigh down, keeping the left foot active, either pointed or flexed. Pushing the right heel away from you, keeping your knee bent if you need to, keeping your face, jaw, neck relaxed. Good. Try to keep both shoulders down onto the floor. And then using the inhale to lift the right leg up. Exhale, again, touch your chin to the knee or approach the knee as much as possible. Inhale, upper body down. Exhale, release the leg down. And let's do the other side. This time, right hand on the right thigh or hip. Inhaling, left leg down, pistol grip between the big toe and the next toe. Inhale, and then as you exhale, chin towards the knee. Holding here. Jaw relaxed, shoulders away from ears, and keep pushing the left sitting bone forward. Keeping the left side long here. Good, I'm breathing. Ribs are approaching the hips all the time. Inhale, upper body down, and then exhale, allow the left leg to lower to the left side and use your head to twist a little bit more, stretch a little bit more, looking towards the right. Keeping the right side active, keep pushing that right hip down, either pointing or flexing the right foot. Keep pushing the left heel away from you, but at the same time, keep that left side long by pushing the left sitting bone forward and left side active. Good. Inhale to bring the left leg up. Exhale, bring the chin towards the knee. Inhale, upper body down, and then exhale, release the leg down. Good. And now we're going into a small shoulder stand sequence. So if for this you feel safer watching me do the instructions first, and then doing the sequence, feel free to do that. So feel free to pause the video after the instructions so that you don't have to turn your head as you're doing the movement, because that can really harm the neck muscles and that can cause some tightness. So if you're comfortable with this, going into halasana and up into a shoulder stand and then doing this transition down, feel free to just follow my instructions. But maybe for some of you, it might be safer to just watch the instructions first and then move on to do it for yourself. So from here, I'm going to lift my legs up and over, trying to find my feet on the floor. And for some of you, you might not reach the floor, so feel free to find a wall here to place your feet on the wall. But if you find your feet on the floor, interlace your fingers behind your back and kind of shuffle your shoulders towards one another. And if it's available, even pointing your toes here. So tops of the feet are touching the floor. I'm trying to align my hips with my shoulders. Good. And just breathing here. If you need to, feel free to keep your toes on the floor and knees slightly bent. And breathe. And from here, I'm going to place my hands flat on the back, little fingers touching, and lift my feet up to shoulder stand, Salamba Sarvangasana. And hold. And here too, I'm trying to keep my elbows close to one another. So if it feels appropriate, you can see if you can shuffle your weight from one side to the other to bring the shoulders and elbows closer to one another. Pointing your toes, looking towards the navel or the big toes. Holding here. Breathing, trying to balance the breath. Inhale with the exhale. And now for a little bit of a funky transition. So like I said, if you need to look, feel free to pause the video after and then perform the transition so it's safe. So I'm going to turn my hands so that my thumbs are pointing towards the middle and all other fingers are to the side, not on the back, but on my side, pointing towards my tummy. I'm going to bring one leg forward, one leg back, doesn't matter which, and just allow that front leg to find the floor, and then allowing the other leg to follow. And then going on to shuffle my hands under my sacrum, and my hands, forearms are now supporting the sacrum. I'm going to walk my feet forward as much as possible. Big toes touching, knees touching if possible, and just relax, breathe here. I'm trying to get all my 10 toes down on the floor. Open my chest as much as possible and breathe. Good. Then walking your feet closer to the hips and slowly releasing the arms, so releasing the hands and lowering down onto the floor. Bring my hands to the knees, using the inhale to push the knees forward, elongate the arms, the back, and exhale, squeeze the eyes to the knees, hold. Couple more times. Inhale, push forward, lengthen everything. Exhale, round the back, eyes to the knees. Keep all the air out just for 1 second, squeeze, and one more time. Good. And let's do a small counter pose, extending the legs forward. Again, toes pointed, inner ankles together. I'm going to use my elbows to lift my head, the crown of my head to the floor, looking towards the middle of the eyebrows, opening the chest and the throat as much as possible. Good. And then slowly releasing. Once again, hugging the knees in, rounding the back, and rocking yourself up as many times as feels appropriate to you to come to a seat. Giving yourself a nice massage for the entire spine. Great. Now, opening the legs as wide as feels comfortable to you, pushing the heels away, making sure that the toes are pointed upwards, inhaling to lengthen the spine, even reach up with your arms, and then as you exhale, hinge forward. Now, for some of us, maybe it's not appropriate to hinge forward, so maybe you can just rest back, but if it's available to you, just walking your hands forward as far as you can with a straight spine, and then even possibly resting your your head on your hands. Keep pushing the heels away from you. Keep pointing the toes up and breathe. Good. One more breath here. And then using your inhale to come back up to a seat, bringing your legs together. And exhale, slowly lower down. Bring your arms back behind you. And we're going to perform a few of those Pilates inspired roll-ups. So I'm going to use my inhale to lift up. Exhale, reach forward as far as possible. Inhale to come back up, and exhale, slowly lower down, back to the starting positions. Let's do 3 more. So inhaling and exhaling, reaching forward. Keeping your toes flexed or pointed, but active. And always exhaling to come down. 2 more. Inhaling up and exhaling forward. Reaching as far as you can. Exhaling down. Inhaling, lifting up. Really pulling your belly in as you exhale. Reach as far as you can. Inhale and exhale down. Last one. Each time reaching a little bit further forward. Good. And then just coming back to a seat. And let's place our hands behind the hips, fingers pointing forward, and let's do a reverse plank or Purvattanasana to counter that forward fold. So I'm going to point my toes, lift my hips up, and try to place all the 10 toes down on the floor, really lifting up my whole front side of the body, using the back side of the body, squeezing, and even releasing the head back if that feels appropriate. If you need a little bit less, feel free to do a modified version with the knees bent here, just coming into a reverse tabletop. Squeezing the backside, squeezing the glutes, opening the throat, the chest, the hips, and then exhaling to come back down. Crossing the legs, coming into a high plank. 1 breath here, and then exhale, slowly lower down. Just take a moment to notice how your body feels right now. Maybe rock the hips from side to side. And then let's come into a baby cobra, hands under the shoulders, and inhale, open the chest forward and up, looking to the tip of your nose, opening the heart, opening the chest, squeezing the elbows in towards the ribs, and then exhale, come back down. Again, rocking the hips, if that feels appropriate. Placing your toes on the floor, and then exhale into your downward facing dog. Make the dog yours, so feel free to pedal, look under the armpits, find whatever motion that feels appropriate for your body right now. One of my favorite things to do here is to bend the knees slightly, lift up onto the balls of my feet, really lift the hips as high as possible, bringing my ribs in towards my thighs, pulling the belly in, finding as much height as possible with the tailbone, and then starting to push the heels down to the floor, keeping my gaze between the knees or towards the belly button. Pressing my fingertips down, especially the area between the thumb and the index finger. Good. Then coming back down to the floor, big toes touching, knees apart, coming into a wide knee, child's pose. Hands forward, forehead on the floor, lower ribs resting on the inner thighs, and breathe. Feel free to exhale through the mouth, relax any tension in the jaw, neck, shoulders, forehead. Good. And then lifting up. Coming to sit between the heels. Peeling the calf muscles to each side. Sitting between the heels. Now, for some of us, this might not be comfortable, so feel free to use a prop if it's available, a pillow, cushion, or folded blanket to elevate your hips, or maybe do just one leg at a time here. Otherwise, keeping your knees as close together as comfortable, and then slowly walking back as far as feels comfortable, maybe onto the arms, forearms, or even all the way to the floor. If it's available and you're on the floor, you can reach your arms back behind your head, press the backs of your hands to the floor, at the same time pushing the tops of the feet onto the floor, really feeling a whole opening for the whole front side of the body here. Relaxing the face, jaw, neck. Bring your ribs down towards your hips. Good. Walking back, using your elbows, forearms, hands to walk yourself up. Feet together, knees together. And let's come into another child's pose, this time with the knees together and then hands by your feet, palms facing up. Maybe rocking from side to side to release any tension in the hips, the back, the neck. Good. And then lifting back up to a seat. And we're approaching the end of the practice. We're just going to do a couple more shapes. This time, both knees bent. Right foot next to the left hip. Left foot over the right thigh. Option 1, hugging the knee, placing the left hand behind the back. Inhaling to lengthen the spine and exhale to twist. So I'm hugging my left thigh and leg with my right arm. Or if it's available, bringing the right tricep over the left thigh, then threading the right arm through the leg and reaching back for the left hand. Twisting here. Inhaling to lengthen and exhaling to twist a little bit more. Grounding through the sit bones and grounding through the left foot here. Face, jaw, neck, forehead, all relaxed, soft. Using your breath, using your inhale to lengthen the spine, exhaling to twist a little bit more. Good. And then slowly exhaling to release. Switching legs. And once again, remembering your options. Either hugging the right thigh with the left arm, using your right hand to support the posture, or wrapping your arms around so that you're threading your left arm through the right, under the right thigh, reaching for the right hand behind the back. All the time grounding through the sit bones, grounding through that right foot, looking back, inhaling to lengthen, exhaling to twist. Finding a pause at the end of the exhale, pulling the tummy in, finding a little bit more space. Good. And then slowly exhale to release. Coming into a deep squat. So placing your feet flat on the floor, lifting your heart, using your elbows to push your knees forward, lifting the crown, hands in prayer at the heart center. Feel free to stay here, or if you want a little bit more, bringing the triceps in front of the knees, reaching to bind behind your back. If you're very thin and very flexible, you might reach. Otherwise, you can see if you can use your hands at the ankles or heels. Inhale to lengthen, and exhale to bring your forehead or even chin down towards the floor, keeping your feet firmly grounded to the floor. Using your triceps to push the legs back. Good. And then release. Turn your toes slightly in so that they're parallel. Keep your head down and simply lift the hips up. Finding your standing forward fold. Really spread your toes here. Make sure your weight is evenly distributed on the whole foot. Find what you want to do with your arms. I like to place my right arm in the left elbow crease, left hand in the right elbow crease, and framing my head like that. Feel free to shift your weight from side to side, find a nice, soft kind of movement, release for the lower back here. See if you can spread your toes, press your feet down, and gently pressing the feet down at the same time as there's an action of pressing the right foot to the right and left foot to the left, really engaging the legs here, allowing your upper body to release down. If you want a little bit more shoulder stretch, feel free to reach behind the back, interlace your fingers, and allow your arms to just use themselves as a weight to stretch the shoulders a little bit more. Good. And when you're ready, just release the arms, coming back into the squat and to a seated position. And then slowly, slowly, slowly lowering yourself down onto the floor. Now there's a moment, if you wish to do one more movement or stretch, that whatever your body is asking you to do. If there's anything that your own body's intelligence and wisdom is asking for, feel free to take a moment for that. Otherwise, just extending one leg at a time down onto the floor, about hip width distance apart, giving yourself a nice big hug, pulling the shoulder blades down, using your hands to extend your neck, placing your head directly as an extension of the spine. Allow your middle fingers to meet at the belly button and open the arms to the sides, palms facing up. Inhale through the nose. And exhale through the mouth. Close your eyes and just allow your body to reap the benefits of today's practice. There's nothing to do, nowhere to go. Just allow those movements to be integrated into your being. Soften, become still and silent. Now, if you have a few more moments, feel free to stay here for as long as you need to. Otherwise, if you're ready, feel free to bring some movement back into the body, coming over to the right side just for a moment into a fetal position. Thanking yourself for taking the time to practice today. Thanking all the teachers who came before us, and then gently coming back up to a seat. And that was today's practice. I hope you enjoyed that Pilates infused yoga stretch. And if you did, please do comment, like, and also share this video with anybody who might benefit from this kind of content. And like I said, also in the comments, feel free to request a certain kind of video. I am so pleased to be able to provide this kind of instruction online. And I will see you next week. Thank you so much.